Okay, this video is going to focus on Lesson 10, volumes of familiar solids, cones, and cylinders. Okay, so I'm going to skip this opening exercise and go all the way to exercise 1 on page S76 in your books. Okay, so this is Module 5, Lesson 10 in your books. Make sure you see this. I believe it's at the bottom of S76. Okay, so for volume, you have a formula that you're going to use, and that formula is volume equals area of your base times your height. So this right here is the area of base. Whatever the base is of your shape, that's what you are going to, that's what you're going to have to find the area of. And then this is going to be the height of your prism or your cylinder. Okay. So when we're looking at exercise 1, first of all, this is a prism. This is a rectangular prism. So if you look at this, the base here is this right here. That's what the shape is sitting on. And that shape is a rectangle. So to find area of a rectangle, you have to do base times height. Well, the base of this one, you can pick either 8.2 or 4.5. 4.5. Let me put that back. So I'm just going to say my base is 4.5 and the height is 8.2. And then when you multiply these together, you should get 36.9. And that's going to be cubic inches. I'm sorry, inches squared. Square inches. And then the height of this prism is going to be 11.7. Okay. So when I scroll up to find the volume of this rectangular prism, I'm going to have volume of equals the area of the base times the height of the prism. So volume equals 36.9 times 11.7. And there, your volume's going to be, once you multiply these two together, you're going to get 431.73. And that's going to be inches cubed. A good way to check the exponent on your units here is, since this is a 3D shape, your unit should be cubed or raised to the third power. 2D shapes, your unit is going to be squared or raised to the second power. And that's really all that you have to do for rectangular prisms. Pretty simple. Okay. Now, let's move on to number 2. This should be on S77 in your book. The numbers on my pages are not going to be the same as yours. So this is a cylinder. Cylinders have a base of a circle. So for the area of the base, we need to find area of the circle, which is pi r squared. And r is the radius. Remember, the radius is the distance from the center of the circle to one of the edges. And it's going to be the same distance no matter where you go to the edge of the circle. So here we're going to have a equals, I'm going to leave that pi right there. If you leave it as a symbol, it is an exact answer. Once you put it into a decimal and get the, once you put it in your calculator, it's no longer an exact answer, it's an estimate. So we keep that pi symbol in there. And then r here is going to be 2, and that's going to be squared. 2 squared is, I'm going to come over here. 2 squared is going to be 4, because 2 times 2 is 4. And then I'm just going to rewrite this a little nicer with the pi behind the 4. Okay, and then here, heights. What is the height? Height is going to be 5.3. This is going to be centimeters squared. This is going to be centimeters. And now, when we get to this part where you do the volume of the right circular cylinder, you're going to have volume equals the area of the base times the height. We know the area of the base was 4 pi times the height, which is 5.3. So here, all you're going to do is multiply 5.3 times 4, which gives you 21.2 pi. And that's going to be centimeters cubed. Once again, you have centimeter squared here times another centimeter here, which gives you centimeter cubed. Okay, pretty easy, right? Not too difficult. Guys, if you have questions about any of this, write this down as you're working through the problems. Write them down and email them to me. All right, now looking at this one. So some of you are probably thinking this is the same thing we just did. It is very similar. However, you'll notice that in your picture here, it gives you the diameter, which is the distance from one side to the other side of the circle going through the center of the circle. So here we would actually have to find the radius. And to find the radius, you have to do the diameter divided by 2. So here our diameter is 12. Divide that by 2 and you get r equals 6. So now you can find the area of your base. So you get 6 squared, or 6 times 6 is 36, and then we just leave our pi there. And this is going to be inches squared. B says, what is the height? The height is just going to be 25 inches. And then C says, what is the volume of the right circular cylinder? So once again, volume equals the area of your base times the height. So you're going to have volume equals 36 pi times the height of 25. And that's going to give you, once again, do not actually put pi into it. Leave the pi separate. So you're going to do 36 times 25. And you'll get 900 pi, and that's inches cubed is your unit there. And once again, that is all you have to do for this problem. Very, very easy. Plug in your numbers and simplify. All right. And then the last one that I want to look at is number 4. Okay. So this is a cone. Cone has a different formula. Volume of a cone is going to be 1/3 pi r squared times the height. Okay, so this is the volume of a cylinder, and then you're just going to take 1/3 of that number because a cone is 1/3 of a cylinder with the same measurements. Okay, so if you're looking at the measurements in 4, we're going to have volume equals 1/3. Pi is going to stay. R in this problem is 4. So I'm going to have 4 squared, and then my height is going to be 9. Okay. Order of our operations tell us first we need to take care of exponents. So this exponent right here, 4 squared, that means 4 times 4. And 4 times 4 is 16. And then we're going to multiply that by 9. Okay? So at this point, you are going to multiply 1. You're going to do 1 times 16 times 9. So 1 times 16 times 9 gives us 144. Then you're going to divide that by 3, which gives us 48. So V equals 48 pi, and that's going to be millimeters cubed. And once again, that's all you have to do, guys. And you will be given the volume formulas on a reference sheet. I will also post a picture of part of your reference sheet for you to reference as you're working through your problems. If you have any questions, please make sure you're asking, guys. So that's really it for me giving you instructions on this lesson. I want you to complete number 5, which is right underneath this problem we just finished. And then I want you to do the problem set for this lesson, do 1 through 5. I need you to note, though, that number 5 is going to have multiple steps to it. So pay very close attention. Once you're finished with your problem set, 1 through 5, make sure you complete the exit ticket and get it turned in.